boy Jamal, Lockhart, the Guerrillapreneur CEO, Guerrillapreneur, Strategic Real Estate Investment. And this is the REI Chill Podcast, episode number 13. Wow, number 13. And boy, do I got a guest for you today. I got a guest for you that's going to inspire you, a fellow investor in the Ohio area. This is my man, Mike PURO. Mike, say hello to the audience. Let them know where you're coming from and just let them know what you're about, my friend.
Hey, I'm Mike PURO. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, a local wholesaler, and I'm here to just tell you a little bit about my story.
That's what's good. That's what's good. We're going to jump right in. We're going to jump right in because this is the type of guest that I like. That got a story for you guys to listen to and be inspired by. So, Mike, what got you into real estate? What got you into the game? And what did you learn as you grew into the real estate business, became and he's a great wholesaler. But let the audience know what really keeps you inspired and what got you going.
I mean, to be honest with you, to start from the beginning, I was born with cerebral palsy. They said that I would never walk or live till 18. I'm 30 years old, so my whole life I've always wanted to work. I've always had that ambition. When I was younger, to be honest with you, when I grew up in Cleveland, I sold Kool-Aid on the corner. I've always had the hustle ambition. Just with my physical disability, I don't use a wheelchair or walker. I get along with everything. I do really good on my own, but physical labor with like standing a long time or roofing or anything like that, just stuff that I couldn't do. So like my whole life, in my early teens, my late 20s, I was just, always kind of finding and wondering where I fit in, and
I understand.
How am I gonna make a financial freedom or anything like that for myself? So I actually have a good friend that I work with. His name is Matt Mazer. He owns Ram Properties Group. That's where I work.
Big shout out to Matt. I know him too. Big shout out to Matt. He's a good guy. Great guy, Matt. Great guy.
Great guy. And he knew me since middle school, man. We've always been great friends. And we just grew up with each other. Our sisters were best friends. And I was kind of down and out, man. To be honest with you, I didn't have anything. I was living paycheck to paycheck and living off Social Security, man. And I just wanted to find another way. And Matt was like, "Hey, you want a job?" And to be honest with you guys, with my condition, there's certain stuff that I lack, like my motor skills, writing, stuff like that. And I was so nervous to get into this because I just didn't know kind of what it pertained or whatever. But he believed in me, man. It was pretty amazing. He gave me the job.
That's great, man.
I kind of hit the ground running for the past year and 8 months, man. I've just been networking, and by the grace of God, man, 2020, I sold 19 properties. In the half a year, I sold 12 wholesale.
That's great. It just shows anybody can do it. It just shows that if you believe in yourself, anybody can do it, man. So your story, I hope it inspires some people and let people know that you can do it. If you believe in yourself, you can do it. But Mike, let me ask you, man, physical limitations aside, what keeps you going every day? What makes Mike PURO get up and go every day?
Oh man, it's pretty amazing, Jamal. It's more of a passion and more of something that I love. Like for example, my dad has been a working man for the last 30, 40 years. He's a supervisor at Sherwood Foods. They distribute all the meats. And he just always would tell me, man, fuck, I don't want to go to work. I hate my job. And with this, dude, I have so much freedom. Literally, today I sold 2 properties, and I just sat around the house and networked and on the computer and the phone, and I didn't have to go in the office. I just so much financial freedom and so many people bust their ass day in and day out to support their families, but at the end of the day, they're losing so much time with working, and it's just so amazing. Where a couple weeks ago, I was in California, and I sold a couple properties out there, and it was just amazing to be able to be there for my 30th birthday, see family, and work every day. There's not a day that it goes by that I try to not miss a phone call or, you know, just keep me motivated. But what keeps me motivated is just to honestly to just to work, man. I've always wanted that. You know, a lot of people would always tell me, yeah, you say that now, but when you're out there actually having to bust your ass, you're gonna look at it differently. And honestly, I mean, that might be the case with any other job, but with real estate, that's not the case. I love it, Jamal. I really do.
See, people don't understand time for money. The exchange of time for money is something that's very important. A lot of people don't understand that. When you exchange your time for money, it doesn't pay off how you want it to pay off. And having a job, don't get me wrong, you know, you got doctors and lawyers and people that make great money. But like I said, when you change in your time for money, the exchange is not the same. And I try to tell people that all the time. And if you work hard for somebody else, why can't you work hard for yourself? So Mike, you an amazing story. You're doing it for yourself. Let my audience know about hustling in the Cleveland market. Cleveland is a very hot market across the country. You got investors and wholesalers here. You got people. It's a hot market. So just tell the people how hot the market is in Cleveland so they really understand. And Ohio in general.
Ohio in general, don't get it wrong. Ohio is one of the best markets for wholesaling. I mean, on market, anything with real estate, to be honest with you. But I mean, it has truly blessed me. And one thing that really amazes me, Jamal, is how much money is really coming from overseas or different states from other investors just investing with me. Me and you got a mutual friend in common, Jay, the doctor from Australia.
Yeah, right. They're in common. We got a lot of people in common. That's right, we do.
Right, and it's just amazing to me that he's a doctor in Australia. They make about the same amount of money as me and you. I mean, as a regular doctor does in the States, but he has the passion. Every night he's calling me, trying to find my deals and just pursuing me. It's so, another thing that amazes me is just the connections that you get with so many different people. One of my main buyers is from Israel. So he's bought about 5-6 properties off me. And it's just amazing to me that he's halfway, you know, across the world. Honestly, never met this dude a day in my life, but he's put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on me by building that rapport. And to be honest with you, I haven't even came out with my story. Obviously, people that know me personally know about my story and know about what I've been through and stuff. But I kind of put all that aside. I wanted to see what I can, you know, achieve. You know, and then let people know, hey, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to put a story out there, feel bad for me. No, I'm going to go in, I'm going to put that work in, show you. I got 30, me and Matt had the yearly review, 2020. Like I said, 19 houses, half a year, 12 houses. So I honestly wanted to, it was like a goal for me to prove to myself. And I'm just very grateful for Ram Properties Group. If I couldn't even tell you how many people would have just looked at me and seen my disability or anything like that, or just seen me as a person and kind of passed up on me. But
that's right. It just goes to show you, you don't count people out. You can't, and this is for everybody in the audience. Don't judge a person on their looks or their physical abilities. I say, like I said, I don't say handicap. I say handicapable. So you don't look at anybody like that. You never know what they can do. You never know what's in their heart and what's in their spirit. And this man got it in his spirit that he was going to make wealth for himself, and he's done that. But let me ask you this, man. And my people want to know certain things about, you know, when you approach a deal, what makes Mike PURO go when he's approaching a deal, when he's looking at a property? So what are the things that you look for when you're approaching a deal, Mike?
I mean, obviously, first thing when you're approaching a deal on the outside of the house would be the roof. You know, would be the first thing that I'm looking at, would be the roof. Second thing would be the windows, man. A lot of people bypass the windows, but that's a big budget that you have to come up with if a lot of the windows are not there or if they're outdated. And one thing that I like to do, I don't know if it's just me, but I count every window in the house.
Okay. That's a tip.
Right.
That's a tip.
And another thing that I always like to look for, man, I honestly, at the end of the day, it's the seller is gonna buy off of you because of the relationship that you built.
Yes, sir.
Per se, he
That's
could buy off anybody. He could sell to anybody else. It's his asset. It's in his, the ball's in his court.
right.
It's literally, man, about building that rapport.
Right.
I've built so many good rapports. I mean, me and Jamal have never physically met, but we've built so good rapport. And I watch this man, just hustle and hustle and hustle, and honestly, just keep it moving. And people like you inspire me too, Jamal. I just want to let you know that.
It goes back both ways, man. You inspired me. Like I said, I came across Mike PURO. I came across Mike PURO on Facebook, but I seen his houses everywhere. I seen his, as well as ran property. So me and Matt had a conversation last summer on the deal. Didn't go right well, but like I said, I knew these guys had something. So I kept, I hit him up with hey, I like your stuff, and he liked my stuff, and we would go back and forth. But with the podcast, we had a conversation about 2 weeks. We had a conversation. He told me his story, and I just knew it was something I had to share with my audience, because some of us don't even have anything wrong with us and just don't want to get out there and do it. And this man gets, I'm telling you, believe me, there ain't no shit. He gets out there, he does it, he doesn't make any excuse. So, Mike.
Man, a lot of people, when I get to the properties and stuff, some of the owners are like, hey, are the steps cool, or this is cool, and I don't let it, I have no limitations.
Right.
I wish one day we could throw Matt on a podcast. But me and Matt do a lot of stuff together outside of work, gym and walking trails and just doing it. And I'm like, I call myself like a spider monkey. As soon as I fall, I'm so good at catching myself, I pop right back up. Literally, I fell on a property when everybody was walking through it, and I'm so good at it, I pop back up before anybody notices, man. It's just not.
Even saw you. I got you. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. But let me ask you this, Mike. You said network, and I know network is important, but tell the audience how really how important it is to put yourself out there and network, and some of the things you do to network with other people. Share that with the audience as well.
I just want to be honest with you, audience. Before I got into real estate, man, the only thing I knew about real estate was pay your rent on the first of the month. And that's the God's honest truth. I didn't know no rapport words or no real estate words. I didn't know anything, man. And by the grace of God, I just sat back. I mean, I tried to cold call in the beginning. I called the lady my name. It was just very it was very nervous. I was very nervous at the beginning, and it's just all about just my whole life. I've always been told what I can't do, and it's just funny to me because when I first started, man, some people hate on you because they don't want to see you shine, and some people just don't know your capable abilities. And they just tell you, hey, maybe that's not for you, or maybe you're wasting your time. I don't think I'm wasting my time at all. Obviously, actions speak louder than words. Numbers don't lie, you know what I mean? I just had some people in my corner that, Mike, you don't know how to read, or your writing's not that good. And I don't think it's, honestly, an ex-girlfriend of mine that I was with for a couple years, and her mom and her kind of, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man, they laughed at me when I told them that I was gonna do real estate. They were like, there's no way, you're not gonna be able to do that. And it's like, the closest ones to you, I sometimes you think they're all for you, and at the end of the day,
that's right,
they're the ones that are not for you. And I learned that the hard way, but at the end of the day, God don't give you nothing you can handle. A little bit more about my story. I have a big family. I have 4 sisters. I have 2 brothers. And I was the only one born with a handicap, however you want to call it, handicapable. And I always used to sit there and I would ask God, you know what I mean? Like I would just, because growing up, being younger, you don't realize things, and you don't know until you get older. But kids can be cruel, and stuff like that. But I would always be mad at God, and I would be like, why would you choose me, and why is this me, and what is my purpose? When am I gonna work? When am I gonna have
Right.
that success? And hold be known, he had the plan for me all along, and
That's right.
I just had to roll with the punches, man. There's nothing that I don't think that I have been through, or what I'm gonna go through, and that can stop me, because like they say, he doesn't give you nothing you can't handle, and I believe I handled my hand. I'm not the best, there's some things, you can always get better every day. Everybody knows that. But as long as, me and Matt like to say this thing, as long as you get 1% better every day, you're progressing. You're moving forward.
That's right. That's right. Let me ask you this, Mike. Let me ask you this. One of the best wholesales that I've ever seen, I'm not going to front on him, man. Like I said, the guy got a meter of a garage, and people like that are constantly grinding, where you see him everywhere, a light bulb goes off. This guy is doing something, and that's the people that you want to connect with. So you're dealing with brand properties. You got your own company now doing your thing. How did you structure everything when you was ready to get into this game and said, I'm going for it? What did you do when you made that decision to say, I'm going for it? What did you do in that exact moment?
Oh man, like it says, it's from square one. What you do is networking, Jamal. Like I did. Honestly, you see my houses everywhere on Facebook, and at the end of the day, man, I think some people got annoyed with how much I posted or what I did, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to show people. I was so happy, like I was telling you before, man. It was just like, asking God and asking everybody, what's my job? What's my purpose? And I think my purpose is, after I move, after I do real estate, I think I'm going to become a motivational speaker, man. And I want to show people, it doesn't matter what you were born with or what happened. I've been through a lot in my life, Jamal. I mean, at 21 years old, I lost my mom in a house fire. That's probably,
wow. I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. God bless mom. God bless your mom. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And she was always the one to tell me, Jamal, you're going to be something in life. Don't let people treat you different. And she always fought for me. And I'm so happy to be able to be successful. I'm not where I want to be per se at the moment, but I'm on the way, man. I'm trying. Eventually I want to start my own company. I still am with Ram at the moment.
Right.
I'm doing acquisitions for Ram, pretty much. Me and Matt and a couple other guys, and I want to start my own thing. I want to be able to be self-made, man. And I always heard the word entrepreneur, but never really knew what it meant growing up. But
right.
Boy, do I know now, man. I really do.
Most definitely. Hey, man, you said you were selling lemonade as a kid, so that's where it starts. Guys like Gary Vee, and there's so many guys, Grant Cardone, and all the guys that we watch, they had to start somewhere. And like I said, even though my story isn't similar so far as what you've been through, I think it's similar when you get fed up, when you say enough is enough, and I'm going to make something by myself. And like I said, everybody listening, whether you handicapped, got all your arms and legs and fingers and toes, and you wondering what you can do, this man shows you that if you get out there and you try and you give 100%, I don't give a damn what you're going through, you can make it. So, Mike, what would you say to somebody in your situation? Let's say it is a handicappable person. What would you say to somebody? Now, I'm gonna paint the picture for you. You're a motivational speaker at a cerebral palsy event. What you gonna say to them people when you hit the stage? What would you say?
Man, the number one thing I would say, Jamal, never listen to somebody tell you what you can and can't do. Because a lot of people in life are always going to try to limit you or belittle you or just put you on a lower level for the fact of them to feel better about themselves. I'm not saying that people did that to me or anything. It's just experiences that I've been through in my life and just seeing other things, man. You never limit yourself. Like, Jamal, I know grown ass men that still, live with their mom and daddy and piss and moan, oh, the world owes me this and this didn't work out in life, and poor me, poor me. But where would I be today if I took that route? I would not be in real estate. There's no room for self-pity. Yes, I mean, yes, I've had a rough life. I've been through a lot of different things in my life, but like I said, it all comes back to God. I give it all to Him, and it's all about doing what He thinks you can handle. And God gave me this disease to be able to talk to other people. You know, I've been the popular kid in school, and I've been the kid to get picked on. I've been on both sides of the fence. And
Both sides of the spectrum, right? I understand. Most definitely.
I just feel like it's God showing me full circle, you know, what I'm really capable of. And what I want to say to that person that is ever in my shoes, or not even in the same shoes, just whatever the situation's going on in their life, all you can do is try. Never give up. Never give up.
Right.
Jamal, a little more about my story. You know, with my cerebral palsy, every 10 years they have to loosen my tendons in my legs. So
wow.
It's a 7-hour surgery, and it's both legs. And you physically have to learn how to walk again. You're sitting in a full body cast from your ankles all the way up to your hips. And it's
every 10 years? You gotta do this every 10 years. Wow.
Yeah, every 10 years, that I have to do it. It, you know, comes along with it. And you have to physically learn how to walk again. And man, there's some days that I just, hurting, and the surgery went wrong, nerve damage, whatever the situation may be. But you just gotta keep going, man. My mom and my dad and my whole family never treated me different, always loved me, and just wanted, I was just like everybody else. I never really looked at myself different. Obviously being younger, stuff affects you differently, but when you get older, you realize, what's what, and you just never give up. You never know what God has in store for you. And believe me, Jamal, I was 3 months in with Ram Properties Group, networking, doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, cold calling, everything, and it came across my mind, man. It was like, should I quit? Am I doing this? Should I go get a job at Walmart and be a door greeter? No, that is not what. God did not give me this gift. God did not give me this mouthpiece or this communication skills to be a door greeter. God gave me this gift to open people's eyes and be able to be successful. And at the end of the day, as I get older, you're learning it's not about the money. The money will be there. The money is going to be there. It's just about touching other people. And Jamal, one thing I hope I do by this podcast and getting my story out there, I don't care if there's 100 million people listening, but if I can inspire that one person to keep going and to deal with, what they got going on and just keep moving in real estate, if I can do it and persevere from everything that I persevered from my life, anybody can do it, man. And I just want to inspire.
Man, that's great, Mike. That's like I said, man. Wow, you kind of got me choked up, man. But like I said, I want to tell the audience, this is Mike PURO. I consider him a great friend, and we will meet someday when this cold get out the way and this COVID passes. We will meet and have a beer and a hug and a handshake. But I got a lot of respect for the man. I got a lot of respect for Ram Properties as well.
Yeah,
and I just want to let everybody know. I want to let everybody know how this man said it. You can do it if you believe in yourself. No matter what you've been through, you can change your circumstances. So, Mike, we're going to wrap this up, man. Leave all your information. Leave how people can contact you. Let them know where you are so they can contact you and call you, whether it's on business or just your story. Just take it away, Mike. The floor is yours.
Yeah, man. So that's what I was going to get to. We're in about 2 weeks from now, we're going to have an office on PURO Road by PURO Road Tavern. And my goal is to just network. I networked over the phone without having people in my face. And now it's time to put a face to the network and put a picture to who I am. And anybody, I don't care if you don't have $1 in your pocket, anything, whatever your circumstances are in life, come in, talk to me, let me show you. I didn't know anything. I was living monthly to monthly before I started working with Ram, and I want to be able to give people opportunities like that I was given, and Foron and Forso and higher than I could go, and just touch that person, because there are a lot of people that are physically handicapped and not mentally. That's a lot of things that I struggled with in life. Growing up, they would always put me in classes with kids that were mentally handicapped, and my mom would try to fight with them and tell them, hey, he may be physically handicapped, but he's not mentally. There is a difference, you know, and
yes, there is.
Absolutely.
Yes, there is.
And I just want to let you guys know, man, I'm going to give you my personal number. It's 216-269-9524. Again, my company's name is Ram Properties Group. We're a local real estate investment company out of Ohio. We wholesale, we buy and hold, we flip, we do a little bit of everything. Anything you need from me, just give me a shout day or night. I don't look at this as a job. I look at this as something that I love to do. I wake up happy to see what Jamal's up to today, and happy to, you know what I mean? I appreciate
that. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I really do. Just having guys, we're gonna keep the conversation going because I just respect this guy so much. But one thing, man, that I dig about Mike is when I saw him out in California, it got me motivated. Like, I got to step my game up, you know. So that just goes to show you that cerebral palsy, no handicap. Sometimes you can look at other people and they can inspire you. It's like, man, my man out there in California doing it. So like Mike, the same way you think I inspire you, you definitely inspire me, man. And I appreciate it, man. I just appreciate you coming on the show. And like I said, I'm glad we got a chance to chop it up. And you're welcome on anytime you want to come on. You're welcome to tell about what you're doing anytime you want, man.
I would love to come on there with you, Jamal, and actually talk about what my company's doing, man. We're doing a little bit of everything. I don't know if you're familiar with the Subject 2 deals. I got some Subject 2 deals going on. I got some just a lot of everything. And then the way we build our system up, we got access to capital through banks, and we are going to try to help anybody that comes our way. If you need a loan, if you need anything.
Oh, y'all financing. Y'all going into financing now. That's
it's not off the ground. It's more of we're talking about doing it, but we're
in the works. That's okay. Everything starts like that. You got to plan it and see what you can do. So that's amazing. Y'all even going that way. That's great.
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, I have to give that glory to Matt, man. I'm a very intelligent man myself, and you know, stuff like that. But that man thinks on a whole nother level, man. I never understood the saying when, you know, if you're sitting in a car with 4 people and, four or 5 of these people that you're sitting in the car with, he has no ambition, does not want to be a millionaire, it's not even about money, doesn't even want success. What am I doing in that car? You got to surround yourself with successful people, not only to be successful, to just think differently and have a different mind state and
stay motivated. You're right, man. Right.
Stay motivated. And I just want to let everybody know I am working on a production where I can get my story out there more on camera. I've got a lot of stuff going into play. So if you really are interested, honestly, you can call me all over the United States, all over the country. I'm up day and night because my Israel buyers are up right now. So the way I keep
I feel you. Make that money, man. Make that money. I'm with you, bro. Make that money, man.
And Jamal, I just want to give you a special thank you from the bottom of my heart, Jamal, for not even just understanding my story and being inspired, but giving me an opportunity to take it on a platform and to let other people know, because besides posting on Facebook a little bit here and there, I have not let my story out, and that's because, like I told you, I wanted to show people, you know, success goes on with your work ethic and what you do behind the scenes. And then, you know, obviously my story is amazing. I know I can inspire people, touch people in different ways. But I wanted to prove to myself, first and foremost, that I got it, man. And 12 houses and a half a year and 19 in 2020, I'm not complaining. So I'm very grateful.
And that's in the pandemic, y'all. He got 19 in the pandemic. So I don't know what excuses that y'all making. He got 19 houses in the pandemic. So that just shows you the work ethic, man. That shows you what he's about, man.
I just want to let everybody know, man. It's all about the people you surround yourself with. Don't get me wrong. I put that work in. I brought the buyers to the table. But if I didn't have the acquisition side of things, that would have never been possible. So shout out to my acquisition team for bringing those properties in all through the pandemic, and greatly appreciated. And Jamal, once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope this can reach a couple people and we can keep this going. And like I said, next podcast, man, we'll dive into the real estate.
We'll chop it up, man. Today was all about you, man. I wanted to make it all about you, man. And I'm proud that I did. I'm glad that I did. Like I said, I consider you a friend. And listen, people, some friends you may never meet until the right time. But it doesn't mean that you can't build a relationship and cross them bridges and meet them people and appreciate them. And Mike PURO is a man that I appreciate. So let's close it out, Mike. You got the information. Anything else you want to say? We close it on out.
Yeah, all I want to say is, man, if you're actively looking to buy or sell a house in the Cleveland or Northeast Ohio, I'm looking to expand in other markets, but right now I'm in Northeast Ohio. If you're looking to buy or sell, man, hit me up. I got what you need, and I'm very fair. And I just want to say one more thing before we get off of here. The number one thing to all my success is honesty. You gotta be honest in this game. And I learned that the hard way, Jamal. When I first started, I was so nervous. I was kind of flabbergasted. Oh, the basement ain't wet, or, you know, whatever the situation is. But I learned as time went on, Jamal, you have to be honest. The more honest you are with your buyers and sellers, the more you get. I mean, that's anything in business, to be honest with you. But I just want to say, wholesaling in general, my number one thing is to address the situation and just be fully honest. Like, hey, man, that offer's not going to work, or this is wrong with the property, and, you know, just from there, man. But thank you.
No problem. Yo, let everybody out there, this is my man, Mike PURO, Grand Properties. He's with a great guy, Matt. Matt, I want to get on the show as well, but we're going to close this out. This is your boy, Guerrilla CEO, Jamal X Lockhart, Guerillapreneur, Strategic Real Estate Investment, and this is the REI Chill Podcast, episode number 13, with the great Mike PURO. Mike, thank you for being on. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Jamal. You have a great night, and thanks, everybody, for listening.
We'll see y'all next episode. Peace.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Guerrilla Wealth Order.